greetings to all you comic book enthusiasts. I'm Jack the Rattle and welcome to my channel. My channel is mainly dedicated to showcasing my comic related activities to the world, such as my own comic projects and drawings. However, I am also eager to share my favorite comics with you. So I decided to review one of my favorite comics, this time in video format. In the future, more comic reviews will appear on my channel as I find the time to create them. Previous reviews can be read on my website jacktherattle.com. This time I chose to review Batman Blind Justice, a 3-part comic series published in issues 435 in 1989. The story was written by Sam Hamm and illustrated by Denys Cowan. Sam Hamm is particularly well known for his work as a screenwriter for Batman movies, and Blind Justice was his first major comic book work. I read Blind Justice again a few weeks ago, and the comic stayed with me once more. I thought to myself that I should write a review about it, and hopefully I will learn something in the process. Blind Justice was one of the first Batman stories I ever read. I was about 10 years old at the time, and the story was a bit heavy for me back then. Over the years, however, I grew to love the story more and more, and today I actually long for Batman stories aimed at adults like Blind Justice. But let's get to it. The story delves into Bruce Wayne's inner struggles and his motivations for becoming Batman. It also deals with justice, betrayal, and identity. Blind Justice deeply explores Batman's character, particularly his moral principles and personal background. Blind Justice tells the story of Bruce Wayne being accused of leading, aspiring, and facing trial. The story examines Bruce Wayne's past and his training with different mentors. A key plot twist involves the character Henry Ducard, who was one of Bruce Wayne's trainers before he became Batman. The story begins with Caped Crusader receiving a call from Police Commissioner Gordon, and everything seems like a typical Batman story at first. But when the reason for the call is revealed to our hero and the reader, the grotesque tone of the story is also unveiled. Gordon shows Batman the body of a murdered man, whose skin is completely intact, but whose internal organs have been completely pulverized. The body is like an intact sack with liquid sloshing inside, and therefore it must be kept in a container. Yummy. Many Batman stories have included violence and material unsuitable for children before, but Blind Justice raises the bar to a new level. At the same time, the introduction of the corpse raises questions such as who, why, and most importantly, how. I think this is a very good hook, and these questions keep the reader engaged in the story. This also sets the story in a detective story format, where the world's greatest detective is seen at work, searching for clues to answer these questions. Sam Hamm lays out hints in small doses while building new characters who become key pieces in solving the mystery. Everything progresses slowly but significantly, and the reader ponders the importance of these characters. Street dwellers seem to be dreaming the same dream at night. Then a young woman shows up at Wayne Tech looking for her brother. All these elements seem initially insignificant and have no apparent connection to the disfigured night watchman's body. It's time for action. The tension has been building for 14 a page, and Batman hasn't fought once in the story so far. It feels like everything that has happened until now has been just a prelude, and the real story is about to begin. This impression probably arises because on page 13, where Batman is taking out drug dealers, is usually where a Batman story starts. This time it marks the first confrontation with the story's antagonist, Bone Crusher, who kills his enemies using specific sound waves. The massive villain attacks the drug dealers, and Batman patiently studies the new foe's arsenal of moves. And when Batman finally joins the fight, it's over quickly and ultimately leads to Bone Crusher's suicide. Blind Justice really teases the reader. Just when the reader learns who was behind the night watchman's murder and the tools used, the culprit is caught, and the initial mystery feels like just a subplot. But then new questions arise. Why was Bone Crusher at the pier? Considering his equipment, seems more expensive than what he could have gained from the drug dealers. Moreover, why did Boner Crusher kill himself? These questions torment Batman just as much as they do the reader, which is a sign of damn good writing. The story continues with new mysteries as characters reveal new facets and gradually connect like pieces of a puzzle. Sam Hamm knows how to write characters that the reader cares about. I remember pondering the fates of the characters, and now, years later, I try to understand what in the script makes me care so much. Unfortunately, I can't reveal more without spoiling the story. Instead of hearing everything here, I recommend buying Batman, Blind Justice, and reading the story yourself. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in this story. Sam Hamm wrote both Tim Burton directed Batman movies. In the first movie that is nowadays known as Batman 89, I consider a masterpiece and give it 5 out of 5. But if we examine the screenplay of the movie, it only tells us much about Bruce Wayne as needed to make the plot work. We don't learn how he trained to fight or how he became a detective. The movie only implies that he is a trauma-ridden millionaire who takes revenge on criminals using gadgets built his wealth. But the movie would be considerably longer if it delved into these aspects. Therefore, I understand the decision not to address these questions. On the other hand, the newer movie, Batman Begins, covers these aspects and does a nice job with it. And anyone who has read Blind Justice will notice that screenwriter David S. Goyer used Blind Justice as source material. Thus, Sam Hamm, who worked on Burton's movies, greatly influenced Batman Begins, particularly its first half, where Wayne travels the world. Studying martial arts, many of my friends have said they preferred the first half of the movie over the second half. To them, I recommend reading Blind Justice because if you like the training sequences in Batman Begins, you'll likely enjoy Blind Justice too. In fact, you could be upset with Batman Begins for merging Henry Ducard's character with the League of Shadows. In Blind Justice, Ducard is a terrifying and cold character. Even Bruce Wayne fears Ducard's sharp intellect, making him a fascinating character. If something, I would like to see a movie of Henry Ducard the way how it was presented in this comic. The nice Cowan's somewhat angular artwork fits the serious tone of the story, visually conveying Bruce Wayne's anxiety, the dangers lurking on Gotham's streets, and maintaining tension through characters' expressions and gestures. The action is also well paced in the illustrations. The pages are packed with many panels leading to tight compositions. When something significant happens, it explodes onto the page with a half-page pan. Cowan's Batman reminds me a bit of Brian Boland's Batman, with similarly long ears and extremely broad shoulders. The cape doesn't form around rounded shoulder muscles, but has sharp edges at the shoulders, giving a padded appearance. The line work is quite different from Boland's art, so mistaking the two artists is unlikely. Blind Justice is an important story in the Batman mythology because it deepens the understanding of Bruce Wayne's character and his motivations. Sam Hamm's writing style and Denys Cowan's illustrations make it a visually and narratively captivating work. The comic received positive reviews from critics and fans alike when it was released. It has since become known as one of the most important Batman stories of the late 1980s and is still appreciated by Batman fans. The comic has also been published as a collection, making it more accessible to modern readers who want to explore this significant Batman story. I personally give Blind Justice 4 out of 5 stars. The story is excellent and the artwork is beautiful, but I wish there was a bit more Batman. This is more of a Bruce Wayne story than his alter ego, and it works well as such. Still, I would have liked to see more pages with Batman, such as a visit to a cartel and pressuring them to reveal the truth about the conspiracy. Bruce Wayne takes one of the villains by the collar. He could have done this as Batman, hanging the villain off a rooftop. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this and comment below what you think of Blind Justice. Until next time,